A perfect summer Sunday afternoon Armed Forces Appreciation Day at Target Field. The Twins and the Royals finish up a 4-game series this weekend. Minnesota in position to win the series after a sweep of a day-night doubleheader yesterday that saw KCA great in the field. He's better at the plate with 3 big hits, including this 2-run double and another great performance. Another quality start by Scott Diamond, 8 innings strong, only 2 runs given up. And then in the night game, the Minneapolis Millers uniforms brought up the long ball. Willingham, his team leading 16th. Joe Mauer's 4th, even Chris Parmelee. They helped Cole DeBreeze off to the win. 2 great efforts. Now they lean on Francisco Liriano, Dick Brammer, and Bert Blylevel more on a hot streak in the last 6 for Frankie Fastball.
Day here at Target Field. It is also the final day of this week-long homestand, the last homestand before the All-Star break. And we're at Target Field, and it's another hot and steamy summer afternoon. Glad you're with us for Twins baseball. Dick Brammer and Bert Blyleven with you. And the Twins will send to the mound Francisco Liriano, who's hoping to forget himself and make all Twins fans forget the first 2 months of the season.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Liriano over the last 6 starts, he has been the Francisco Liriano the Twins have been looking for. 2-2 with a very good earned run average, and the most important thing, that last column right there, 37 1/3 innings. He's averaged over 6 innings a start, coming off a season high 7 innings against the Chicago White Sox.
So Liriano will hope to get the Twins started on the right foot in the month of July. We'll have more on Armed Forces Appreciation Day here at Target Field in a moment. you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. It is a hot and muggy summer afternoon here at Target Field. The Twins with a great day yesterday under similar weather conditions, winning both ends of a split doubleheader. As a result of that, they finished the month of June with a winning record. And now today, July 1st, they'll hope to back that up with a winning record in the month of July.
Yeah, the Twins 14-13 in the month of June. And they find themselves 9.5 games out. Again, when you're 13 games under 500, your goal is to get to 500. I mean, nobody's running away with a division. So wins like yesterday, both games in that doubleheader are very important for the Twins.
Twins will be on the road for the 4th of July, but of course we're close enough to that national holiday to make it appropriate that the Twins today would honor members of the military, Armed Forces Appreciation Day, men and women who have served. A moment of silence a few moments ago for those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Very patriotic day here at Target Field.
Yeah, how can we, show our appreciation other than what the Twins do? They do it every game here at Target Field by, a veteran raising the flag. But here this afternoon, with the 4th of July coming, God bless all the men and women that have sacrificed their life, and also down on the field right now, all these military personnel. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for keeping us free.
The thanks should come 365 days a year, but nevertheless, it's nice that the Twins would single out this day to appreciate the men and women who serve so bravely for our country. Big American flag spread out now on the center field area. And let's go to public address announcer Jim Cunningham.
In the outfield, the large flag is being displayed by the citizen soldiers and airmen of the Minnesota National Guard. Along the warning track are members of the Minnesota Patriot Guard Riders who have tirelessly shown respect and honored Minnesota's military service members. In honor of all military service members, past, present, and future in Twins territory, the Twins are proud to invite a soldier or veteran to raise the stars and stripes during the national anthem at every Twins home game. Today's honorary flag raiser is Army retired Brevet Colonel Geraldine Longfellow of Burnsville. Colonel Longfellow was a member of the U.S. Army Reserve and the Minnesota National Guard for more than 31 years. When she initially joined the military, she was a private first class in the Women's Army Corps. She deployed to Bosnia in 2003, where she served as the deputy commander for a medical task force. Thank you, Colonel Longfellow, for serving our country. Singing the Star-Spangled Banner this afternoon, please welcome sisters from the 133rd Airlift Wing of the Minnesota Air National Guard, Second Lieutenant Darcy Reller and Airman First Class Jessica Reller.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
And a very nice job by Air Force Second Lieutenant Darcy Reller and Air Force Airman First Class Jessica Reller for singing our national anthem.
Beautifully done.
And it is the final game of the final homestand before the break for the Twins. And the Twins with a 3-3 mark so far on the homestand. And we can talk all we want about the Twins and whether they're in the race, out of the race, whether they can be a factor in the second half. Unless or until they start winning at home on a regular basis, it's all just kind of a charade, the hopes for division contention.
Yeah, the Twins right now 16-25 here at home, 16-20 on the road. And, you know, you win divisions. They won it in 87. We won it in 91. You know, by winning at home, and you hope to play 500 on the road. And hopefully the Twins, not only today will win, but after the All-Star break, come back here at Target Field and start winning series.
The Royals lineup for manager Ned Yost. Brought to you by Menards. Alex Gordon leading off. Alcides Escobar hitting second. Then Billy Butler, Jeff Francoeur, Yuniesky Betancourt, Eric Hosmer, Brian Pena, Jason Bourgeois, and Irving Falou.
Well, we got two left-handers pitching today against each other that faced each other in Kansas City, and Liriano lost that ball game 1-0 to Bruce Chen, but that's probably, you know, I mean, that was an outstanding job by Liriano. We showed you the numbers in the open, what he's done over the last 6 starts, 2-2, 2.41 ERA, making his second start against the Kansas City Royals. Again, his only other start, he lost 1-0 to Bruce Chen in Kansas City back on June 5th.
The Northland Ford defense for your Minnesota Twins. Josh Willingham not going to the All-Star game. He's in left field. Denard Spans in center. Darren Mastroianni in right. Ben Revere getting the day off. Blue, Dozier, Carroll, and Morneau around the infield. Drew Butera behind the plate. And the Twin All-Star, Joe Mauer, is in the lineup as the designated hitter.
You know, every year at this time, there are always players that I think everybody says, boy, you know, he has the numbers to be an all-star, and there's always a handful, maybe 10 up to 10 players that are left off, and I feel that Willingham is one of those.
Here's Alex Gordon taking a strike, now a ball, 1-1.
One thing Liriano has done over his last 6 starts, and that's attack the strike zone.
Chop foul, 1-2.
We can talk about the chewing of the gum and all that stuff, but it all comes down to having confidence out on that mound and attacking. And for the 7th straight ball game that he has started, Drew Butera's been behind the plate. So they've had a nice little rapport. Sometimes we'll see Butera go out there and try to settle him down a little bit. Good communication.
The key for anyone on the mound, or for that matter, any line of work, is to be relaxed and confident in what you're doing. There was none of that from Liriano in the first 2 months. And now seemingly with every start, he's more relaxed and more confident.
Well, sometimes you expect so much out of yourself, you know, that you put added pressure on yourself. Liriano himself said, I had a great spring training. Looking forward to going into the season. It just didn't pan out. He found himself back in the bullpen. Pitching coach Rick Anderson, as you saw right there, who has really worked with him and keep that confidence factor up.
Willingham in left, catches Gordon's fly ball, 1 away. And that'll bring up Alcides Escobar. The Kansas City Royals, hosting the All-Star game, have one All-Star, and it's Billy Butler, and some thought that this next hitter, Alcides Escobar, could have been named, should have been named for the All-Star team. And I think what happened with the Twins roster also unfortunately happened with the Royals roster. You have a losing team, and the Royals have had a losing record all year long this year, and you get one All-Star guaranteed, and very rarely does a losing team get a second All-Star. And a strike, 1-1.
Oh, Escobar continues to play like he has this year at only 25 years old. There will be all-star games for him in the future.
Down low, 2-1.
This is a very young Kansas City Royal ball club that are looking for maybe, 2 or 3 years from now to be more consistent. They'd like to play 500 this year if possible.
Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Liriano is a strikeout pitcher, 70 strikeouts in 71 and a third innings coming into this ball game. Get ahead with a fastball, strike him out with a great changeup or that hard slider.
That looked to be the changeup. Out number 2.
It's the arm speed. It's also the location of the pitch. And look at the little bit of movement right there as that ball kind of ran away from Escobar as he swung through it.
2 gone, and here is Billy Butler, the designated hitter, who will represent the home team, the host city, I should say, in the All-Star game. Last time the Twins hosted an All-Star game, 1985, they had just one representative. It was Tom Bernansky. Wasn't Kirby Puckett, wasn't Kent Herbeck, wasn't Gary Gaetti, it was Tom Bernansky. And of course, Tom now the AAA hitting coach for the organization. 1-1 to Butler. 2-1.
Not just looking, he's the first everyday player to be picked by the Kansas City Royals to go to the All-Star game since Mike Sweeney back in 2005. It's always been pitchers.
Two and one from Liriano to Butler. 3-1. Francoeur on deck. Butler hit a long home run here in the nightcap last night. Nearly placed it up in the third deck in left field.
Yeah, that off of Cole DeVries, who pitched 6 very good innings. That was the only blemish in his outing, the 1 run allowed.
Deep to the right field corner, but foul. 3-2.
DeVries, even though he was sent down after the ball game back to Rochester, he pitched 6 very good innings, only gave up that 1 run on the home run with 1 walk and a season high 6 strikeouts for him.
Full count. And a pitch up high. Butler aboard with a walk. And that'll bring up Francoeur.
41st walk for Liriano in 72 innings pitched.
Francoeur putting up okay numbers. The power just now showing up. Nubbed foul. Francoeur went the first 129 at bats without hitting a home run. He's hit 7 since. And now 1-1.
Yeah, Francoeur, 28 years old, his second season with the Royals, one of the veterans for Ned Yost. And this is what we were talking about, I mentioned earlier. Butera going out, trying to settle him down a little bit, get back down in the strike zone. Walk Butler on that high fastball. A couple of high fastballs to Francoeur.
One and one. Kansas City's cleanup hitter. Strike on the outside corner.
And that pitch down in the strike zone. Francoeur 2 for 9 lifetime against Liriano, and Liriano's been able to strike him out 4 times in his 9 at bats.
High fly center field, hanging in the air for Span. A hitless, scoreless top of the first. out. And the man behind the sunglasses in the shade of the dugout, Ron Gardenhire, sending out this Menards batting order for the Minnesota Twins. Denard Span leading off. Jamie Carroll hitting second. Then Joe Mauer, Josh Willingham, Justin Morneau, Trevor Plouffe, Darren Mastroianni, Drew Butera, and Brian Dozier.
And on the mound for the Royals, it'll be Bruce Chinn. Bruce Chinn started off the season very poorly in his first 6 starts. He was 0-4 with an ERA right about 5, but over his last 10 starts, he's 7-2 with a 2.25 ERA, making his 17th start and his 3rd start against the Twins. One good one, the one I was talking about with Liriano, we beat the Twins 1-0, and then earlier in the year here at Target Field, the Twins beat them around pretty good.
Yeah, you could make the case, I guess, that his worst start of the year this year was against the Twins, and his best start of the year was against the Twins. We'll see what they can get done against him here this afternoon. Span takes inside, ball 1.
Well, what the Twins will see are a lot of change-ups, a left-hander that likes to work inside and then work away. He'll give him different arm angles, and he'll throw a change-up off a change-up.
On the outside corner, 1-1. And by that you mean
he'll throw an 80-mile-an-hour pitch like he did that last pitch, and he'll throw 176. His fastball will probably clock as high as maybe 87, 88.
Slap foul.
Bruce Chinn, 35 years old. He has pitched for 10 different major league teams. His 14th season at the major league level.
I'll bet you he's got 5 more teams left in it.
He might. He's lefty.
No, and he's healthy. He throws strikes. Grounded to Hosmer, who backhands it, goes to the bag, 1 away. Kansas City defense brought to you by Northland Ford. Alex Gordon in left, Jason Bourgeois in center, Jeff Francoeur in right. Betancourt at third base, Escobar Falou up the middle, Hosmer at first, and Pena back behind the plate. Irving Falou's been up and down for the Royals this year. He's back up and getting a chance to fill a position that's been a trouble spot for the Royals the last few years.
Yeah, Chris Getz on the disabled list. Betancourt, we saw him the last 3 ball games, but with Moustakas, Mike Moustakas struggling at the plate a little bit, Betancourt moves to third.
Here's Jamie Carroll moving up to the second spot in the batting order with Revere out of the lineup at the start of the game. This one hit to right center field. Francoeur jogs over, makes the catch, out number 2. The one thing that Chinn will do that Jonathan Sanchez refused to do yesterday is throw strikes.
Yes,
Chinn, in any of his starts, all of his starts, has never walked more than 2 batters in a game.
Yeah, for a 9-inning ball game this year, he's averaging 1.9 walks per 9 innings, and he attacked the strike zone where Sanchez yesterday walked 6. And a lot of Kansas City personnel feel that he kind of set the tempo in yesterday's ball game by really the Royals being out there in that 2-hour and 45-minute first game. They were probably out on the field for almost 2 hours, the way that Diamond went about his business, and Sanchez did not.
1 strike to Mauer. And beyond that, some people I talked to thought that Sanchez set the tone for the second game.
Oh, yeah,
at night.
that's what I meant. It carried right into the second game. But what a job by Diamond and DeFries yesterday. Went deep into the ball game, both of them.
Mauer to the left field corner. Gordon over a couple of steps. And Bruce Chinn has a 1-2-3 first inning. We'll hear from Joe Mauer when we come back.
this afternoon. I'm Marnie Gellner. And we found out just before noon, well, Joe Mauer found out just before noon that he would be the Twins representative at the All-Star game this year. It'll be his 5th appearance, but today Joe said he wishes he had some company coming with him.
It was nice. It was a nice moment to share with my teammates. I was hoping to bring a couple with me, but we had a lot of guys in there have great years and definitely deserving. Willingham's, I think Perkins and Burton, definitely could be there too. And Denard, there's a lot of guys deserving.
And Joe also said he'll be bringing with him whatever gloves he needs. Catcher glove, first baseman's glove. Dick and Birdie said, as long as they want me at the All-Star game, I'll do whatever, and I will be there.
Again, congratulations to Joe Mauer, his 5th All-Star appearance.
Certainly the regret isn't that Mauer's going. He's got all-star numbers. He's a marquee player. He represents the Twins nationally in a lot of different ways. So, yeah, he should go, but I think the regret is Willingham, who not only put up numbers but produced the most dramatic hits for the Twins throughout the first half, won't be going to his first game.
Well, again, I think with the Twins in last place, that has something to do with it, and it's a shame that Willingham will be watching as we will.
Eric Hosmer, the hitter. Betancourt bouncing out to Carroll. After Hosmer's rookie season last year, there were some who thought that the Royals, on merit, would have more than the one mandatory all-star pick, and they thought Hosmer would be a likely guy to fill a spot after breaking through last year.
Well, in baseball, they call it kind of the sophomore jinx. He had a great year last year. He hit .293, hit 19 home runs, drove in 78 runs, stole some bases in 128 ball games. So, yeah, you're thinking, boy, this kid's really going to be good. Well, you know what? Pitchers adapt to them. They pitch them differently. Different things happen.
First base is not an easy position to break through on an all-star squad in the American League in your first full year. You've got Prince Fielder. You've got Paul Konerko. Teixeira's had a disappointing year, but you've got Pujols. This one squirted to short. Dozier fires to Morneau 2 down. You got Adrian Gonzalez, so competition's pretty stiff. And speaking of the All-Star game, it comes up a week from Tuesday, July 10th at 6:30 Central. Of course, the American League against the National League, the winning league getting home field advantage for the World Series. Here are the American League starters. Mike Napoli named as the All-Star starting catcher. Robinson Cano, Derek Jeter, a pair of Yankees up the middle. Prince Fielder at first, Adrian Beltre at third. So the Rangers will be fairly well represented with Hamilton and Napoli starting. There'll be a number of other Rangers picked. Of course, Ron Washington.
Beltre at third.
Oh, Beltre at third, that's right. And then, of course, Ron Washington. Some of the Texas coaches will all be going from Arlington when they wrap up the series with the Twins to Kansas City. 2 strikes to Pena. 1-2.
Pena, right-handed hitter, hitting .225 as a right-handed hitter, .276 as a left-handed hitter. Pena in his 4th season with the Royals.
Down and away with a changeup, 2-2. Liriano's 33rd pitch coming up. And it's tapped, foul.
Liriano making his 12th career start against the Royals, and he picks up another strikeout, his 2nd of the ball game in a 1-2-3 top of the 2nd inning.
uncomfortable, at least miserable at worst, across the country. 92 degrees here, 42% humidity. And a question on our carsoup.com/baseball comes from Craig Melhoff of Watertown, South Dakota. Does the ball seem to carry better in hot weather?
Well, someone that gave up 430 home runs, it didn't matter if it's cold or hot. I gave them up. But, no, I think it does. I think you see it more, say, in Anaheim. A good example in Anaheim. Night games when it's, kind of damp out, the ball doesn't carry as well. But in day games, it takes off. I believe it does.
Up high to Willingham. He hit one out early in the ball game. In fact, in the first inning in the nightcap last night. 2-0.
And could it be because players are maybe a little bit looser? The hitters aren't wearing in cold weather. They wear Under Armour, all that other stuff underneath them. Maybe they're not as, relaxed. But in warm weather, boy, they don't have much on at all, and they just let it go. Ron Coomer, you notice a difference? You're down in that camera well.
Well, if heat is good for your swing, I should be really swinging well down here. But I always felt that way, and I think most hitters do as it warms up. You watch batting practice here at Target Field. As it's warmed up throughout the summer here, the ball has really flown a lot better than it did early in the year. And all hitters do believe that the ball carries much better in the heat.
I learned early on, I made the mistake of talking about on a humid day the air seems heavy and the ball wouldn't carry as much as a result of that. Morneau lifts it foul, 2 strikes, and it turns out it's just the opposite. And it comes into play for airline pilots when they get humidity, and the more humid it is, the easier it is for an airplane to lift and for a baseball to travel.
It'd
be just the opposite of what you would think, at least what I thought. 2 strikes to Morneau with 1 gone here in the second. When the Twins faced Chen in late April, they battered around in the first inning, scored 4 runs, knocked him out early. Then in his next start against the Twins, 7 shutout innings, including 5 1-2-3 innings.
Yeah, again, he's a finesse type pitcher. We showed you this earlier. His start here and in KC.
Grounded left side, picked up nicely by Betancourt, but he throws wildly, tagged by Hosmer, and Morneau is retired on a good play by the Kansas City first baseman.
Yeah, a very nice play by Eric Hosmer. This ball thrown on the infield side by Betancourt, and his momentum took him off the bag. But as Justin's approaching him right there, he just tags Justin before Justin could get to the bag. And Betancourt saying, hey, thank you very much.
5 up, 5 down for Bruce Chen. Here's Trevor Plouffe. Deep to left field. Plouffe sends it out of here. And he retakes the team lead in home runs with his 17th.
Now you're starting to hear the chant blue. Trevor Plouffe, his 17th home run. Hit a home run in game 1 in yesterday's ball game. A line drive home run. Almost the same spot. A breaking ball stayed right there, and Plouffe gives the Twins a 1-0 lead.
Hit hard but foul, with Mastroianni making a bid for an extra base hit.
Well, Chen starting him off with a breaking ball, and Plouffe jumping all over it.
Little dribbler to short. Escobar has an easy play, and that ends the inning. Trevor Plouffe jumps all over the first pitch from Bruce Chen and gives the Twins a 1-0 lead. Text the word value followed by a space and the player's name to short code 234234. Trevor Plouffe with the home run, getting almost half the voting so far. And now Liriano will face Jason Bourgeois, Irving Falou, and Alex Gordon in the Kansas City third. Strike one. I want to pass along happy 74th birthday to Charlie Gierach of Winona, celebrating his birthday today.
That way, Charlie, happy birthday to you.
Popped up. Plouffe, Dozier, and it's Plouffe with the catch, one away. Time for our Sanford Health injury report. A week ago we were in Cincinnati. Joey Votto hit a big home run, but now a little bit of a left knee issue.
Yeah, that don't know if that will put him on a DL or not, but how about the All-Star appearance?
There's the National League All-Stars. Kemp, of course, has had an ongoing hamstring issue.
Yeah, there's Joey Votto right there leading in at first base, so you wonder if he's going to be able to make it.
A couple of former Royals in the outfield, Cabrera and Beltran, the National League starters. Here is Irving Falou, started his major league career with a 9-game hitting streak. First major league hit was a triple. An intriguing player for the Royals. He squares to bunt and takes a ball.
It's taken him a long time to get to the major league level. Falou, 29 years old, signed by the Royals back in 2003 out of Indian Hills Community College in Centerville, Iowa. This is his 10th year in the Royals organization.
3-1.
You pull for guys like this that went through all the bus rides and all the minor league stuff that players have to wait, and hopefully they get to the major league level.
And then Falou was called up, and he was with the Royals for a while and had the 9-game hitting streak. Then he was sent down, and it's just got to be so crushing to get a taste of this after that long wait and then get sent back down.
Well, Cole DeFreeze got that yesterday, and he pitched well. So if the Twins need another starter because of what he did yesterday, I'm sure he'll get the recall. And Liriano freezes Blue at the plate, picks up his third strikeout. I think he thought this pitch was out of the strike zone, but a little bit on the high, says Fox Tracks. Looked like belt high to me.
Everything looks belt high to you.
Well, I know some of them. That's why I gave up so many home runs. They were belt high.
Here is Gordon. Hit a fly ball to left his first time up. Down and away, ball one. Just standing or sitting here looking at this beautiful ballpark, baking in this sun. Next time we see this ballpark will be after the big concert. You know, the Twins are on the road for a week, and then a week from tonight they're having the big Kenny Chesney, Tim McGraw concert here at Target Field. And Larry DeVito and the crew will have the All-Star break to repair any damage that might be done on the field. 2-1 to Alex Gordon. 3-1 Escobar on deck.
Well, I remember at the old Met, you know, the Vikings also played there. So come, you know, late August, early September, when the Vikings played their exhibition games there, the field would always be torn up. But the fields are a little bit different in today's game than it was back in the 70s.
Second walk issued by Liriano. And that'll bring up Alcides Escobar. Escobar struck out swinging his first time up. One nothing Twins on the Plouffe home run. The only hit of the game so far.
Well, Gordon at first base. The Royals do like to run. Gordon, 3 stolen bases in 6 attempts. It was the Twins who did all the running yesterday. 7 stolen bases in the 2 games in the day-night doubleheader. Dug
out by Butera, ball 1. If you wanted an example of a left-handed starting pitcher ignoring base runners and paying the price, Jonathan Sanchez was it yesterday.
Well, especially with the runners at second. Twice Alexi KCA stole third base.
Backhanded by Dozier, and he flips to Carroll to end the inning. Another Royal walk, no hits through 3 innings, and a 1-0 Twins lead for Liriano. Medicine for the everyday competitor in all of us. By CenturyLink, a different kind of communications company. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Grand Casino, the best stories start here. One nothing Twins, the only hit of the game so far, a Trevor Plouffe home run. Here's Drew Butera leading off the Twins' third. Fastball, strike one.
That fastball at 84. Butera and Liriano talking about their strategy, game plan.
Butera, Dozier, and Span against Bruce Chin. And a breaking pitch over.
You know, Drew is not going to give you much offensively. But what he brings to him at the ballpark is what his dad brought. A very good caller of the game. And I think because Liriano is 2-2, 2.4 ERA over his last 6 starts, is a lot because of this guy right here.
1-2. There's a breaking ball over, and Butera walks away, 1 down.
And Chin picking up his first strikeout.
Well, let's see. You come to a ball game, you might see a big home run, and you'll think about that the next day. But the talk of today was Dozier's hit yesterday.
I mean, look where that ball started. It's an unbelievable base hit, and as Pena went to go get this ball, nobody was covering home, and Plouffe scored all the way from second base. Look at the spin on that ball.
And Dozier pops the first pitch up. Hosmer calls for it. He's quickly retired.
On that, credit Dozier for seeing the spin of the ball and taking off rather than standing at home plate saying, oh, that's a foul ball.
To see it from that low first base angle, I had not seen that replay before. It makes you chuckle all over again. 2 gone in the third. Here's Denard Span. Here's the angle. Look at where this ball lands. Behind the batter's box, through the back end of the left-handed batter's box.
And right there, you can see Dozier looking at the ball going, oh, look at that spin.
I'm just old enough to remember playing with a top as a little kid, where you'd get the top going and you weren't sure because of the spin where it was going to go next. Well, that was a batted ball that did that yesterday. 1-1 to Span. And a ground ball to Hosmer his first time up. Chen in each of the last 2 years led the Royals in wins with 12 apiece.
He's a free agent over the winter. Signed a 2-year deal with the Royals. Will take him through next year. Good breaking ball there.
72 miles per hour.
You know, he has learned how to pitch with that. We had him on our broadcast yesterday in game 2, and he was talking about when he first came up with the Braves, talking to Mike Maddox about the changeup and how to keep hitters off balance and work in your other pitches. And Mike Maddox said, well, yeah, that changeup up and in. He said, I really try to do that to set up the fastball away. And Chin looked at him and he said, changeup up and in. I'm just trying to get the changeup over the plate. And Greg Maddox. Greg Maddox is putting the changeup where he wants it.
Checked his swing, and it's 2-2. Span trying to extend the inning to get Carroll up to the plate.
Well, this is the slider, not the breaking ball slider. And does Span hold up? Yes.
Drops down sidearm a little bit.
He'll give you different arm angles. He'll try to get on top, and then he'll drop, 3/4 sidearm. He has learned how to pitch. Signed by the Braves back in 1993.
On the outside corner or thereabouts, a 1-2-3 third inning and a 1-0 Twins lead. Question today: who are the 5 active left-handers to throw a no-hitter? Dallas Braden, by the way, is on the disabled list. He's not part of this list.
Well, one of them pitched yesterday for the Royals.
Jonathan Sanchez. Another one's pitching today for the Twins.
Yes.
1-1 to Billy Butler, who walked in the first inning. Swing and a miss.
Here's Liriano's no-hitter against the Chicago White Sox.
Played by Danny Valencia in the middle of that no-hitter. 6 walks issued by Liriano. And there is the first hit of the ball game for the Kansas City Royals. Butler might have cracked his bat, but he's aboard with a leadoff single in the 4th.
See, a lot of people will say, why are you showing that when he has a no-hitter going in the 4th inning? All of a sudden there's a base hit. Do you think we have anything to do with that? No.
As I tell people, if we could control what happened on the field up here, we would not. I promise you, we would not have lost 99 games last year. Here's Jeff Francoeur. Fly ball to center. His first time up. Strike at the knees. Well, I'm trying to think now. Some of the other left-handers. Well, Mark Burley's got a no-hitter and a perfect game. So, and he's left-handed. Sliced foul. 2 strikes.
Well, how about Johan Santana?
There's another one.
The first one.
There's another one.
I know Kane did it with the Giants, but he's a righty. That does no good.
2 strikes to Francoeur. And a fastball at 96. Sends Francoeur back to the dugout.
And Liriano picking up his 4th strikeout in the ball game. He's picked up 1 strikeout all 4 innings so far. Good high fastball. And Francoeur, that hard swing, swings through it. A little tardy.
1 gone. Here is Betancourt. Blocked nicely by Butero. Ball 1.
Yeah, very nice block.
Betancourt with a bouncer to second. His first time up.
Very warm day for a catcher to wear all that gear, and then you have to get down and block that ball, keep it in front of you.
Well, I checked the forecast for Detroit. Not that you care because you're not going.
Well, I'm going to Florida, and that's even warmer.
Yeah, but we're working. We're bringing.
I am too.
What are you doing in Florida?
I'm working on my golf game. And I'm draining the pool. Still draining it ever since you were in it.
1-1 to Betancourt. Supposed to be just like this in Detroit for 4 days, and then this plus 10 degrees in Texas. Swing and a miss.
Good change up there.
So I know you'll be concerned, and
I will be watching.
I will be. I'll make you the solemn vow. I'll do my very best to keep hydrated. One and 2. That's a bouncer foul.
Yeah, Roy Smalley will be with you in Detroit and Texas, and then that Sunday night game in Texas just before the All-Star break. I believe Ron Coomer is doing that ball game.
Yep. Probably wasn't much of a chance of it happening, but I was imagining a world where we would have a quick Sunday afternoon game in Texas, get on the plane, fly up here, catch part of the concert here at Target Field. But no, the Rangers have scheduled a night game on Sunday. There's a pop-up foul. It'll reach the seats. Still 1-2. Speaking of concerts, had a great time at the Chicago concert last night at Treasure Island. And you were busy working the game, and we were as best we could until the music started playing following the game, and glad to see the Twins doing well on a doubleheader.
And you said that there were 4 original Chicago
of the original group back in the late '60s. 4 members are still there, including the entire horn section. So it was it was a fun night. A lot of great music. 2-2 to Betancourt. Liriano trying to preserve a 1-0 lead. Ground ball hit at somebody would get the Twins off the field and in for a nice cold drink. Foul ball. So we have time here in this 4th inning. Another birthday wish. John Franta from Wabasso, Minnesota, turning 80 today. Watches every Twins game, I'm told.
John, happy birthday to you. And I'm sure he wants to know how many more days until my birthday. 279. John, thanks for asking.
2-2. And Betancourt checks his swing. And we'll see what, if anything, the Royals do with Butler, who's not blessed with great running speed. Hosmer, the on-deck hitter.
Well, Betancourt not much on far as striking out. Only 14 strikeouts he has struck out in 132 at-bats. So pretty good contact hitter.
Liriano walked a man in the 1st, another man in the 3rd.
So I'd have to say Butler's taking off here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
There he goes, and it's ball 4. 1st and 2nd, 1 away. You can enjoy the best that Target Field has to offer with your group of 25 or more. No deposits required for a 2012 group outing. Just reserve your best guest number of seats today. Pay only for the number of tickets you actually need. You'll be seated together. Your group's name will appear on the scoreboard here at Target Field. So call 800-33-TWINS and ask about a Minnesota Twins group outing.
Oh, beautiful little girl there. Well, the 3rd walk for Liriano.
One thing that he has shown improvement on over the last 4 or 5 weeks or so, getting out of situations like this. Swing and a miss. It'd be nice for every pitcher if every inning was like his 2nd inning. 1, 2, 3, you get off the field, but ultimately success or failure is determined by when you are faced with a predicament like this, how well you fare.
Yeah, I always looked at a 9-inning game that if there were going to be 2 or 3 times that I really had to get out of an inning, and this is one of them here for Liriano.
Fastball misses, and it's 1-1.
This is called under duress. These are the things that, you know, managers, pitching coaches look at as you go into the deeper in the ball game. How many innings under duress did you have to pitch? This is really the first time Liriano's had to make some good pitches.
Liner to left, Willingham charges, and the Royals will hold Butler at 3rd, and they're loaded up now with 1 out. That was under duress, and now the technical term for the situation he's in now is up a crick.
Well, this is where he needs a double play ball right here. A fastball, not a lot of movement. Good piece of hitting by Hosmer, taking it the other way. 2nd hit of the inning, only the 2nd hit of the ball game for the Royals.
Pena struck out swinging in the 2nd.
Liriano's had 5 double plays turned behind him.
3 ground ball outs so far this afternoon. Drilled to center. Span going back. Room on the track. Front 2 runners will advance. A sacrifice fly ties the game at 1.
Well, it was Pena that got the base hit off of Liriano in Kansas City that Chin held on to and won that game 1-0. Right there, Pena jumping on that first fastball, driving in his 14th run, and the game is tied.
Jason Bourgeois will hit. Hit a pop up to Plouffe his first time up. Strike 1.
Bourgeois, 30 years old, came up with the White Sox back in 2008. Has also played with the Brewers, the Astros at the major league level in his first season with the Royals.
Runner at first goes. Butera looks and fakes a throw. But with Betancourt at 3rd, there is no throw. 2nd and 3rd, 2 away.
Well, Hosmer had a great jump right there. Butera, even a good throw would not even have been close. Look at the jump that Hosmer has. He steals his 8th base in 9 attempts.
Now Liriano trying to finish off Bourgeois and the inning. Bourgeois lucky to get a piece. Two strikes. There's strike three. A slider down and in. The Royals leave two in scoring position, but they do tie the game up. Now in a 1-1 game, Jamie Carroll, Joe Mauer, Josh Willingham will get things started for the Twins against Bruce Chen. Carroll hit a fly ball to right his first time up. Twins finished the unofficial first half of the year with 4 games in Detroit and 3 in Texas. And the Royals go to Toronto and then succeed the Twins on a Detroit homestand. Carroll inside ball 1. Royals come back here for the final time in mid-September. That hits the corner.
Well, good pitch count for Bruce Chen. 36 pitches, 25 strikes, no walks, a couple strikeouts. Did give up the only hit to Trevor Plouffe, and it was a home run.
And a strike, 1-2.
Chen making his 10th career start against the Twins, his 20th appearance. 3 wins, 5 losses, an ERA at 4.9 against the Twins.
What a pickup by Eric Hosmer. A wicked smash, and Hosmer picked it on the backhand side, 1 away.
Well, Carroll hitting the ball sharply, but Hosmer playing that one hop and then takes it himself over at first base.
Very nice play. 1 down, and here's Joe Mauer. Very slow breaking ball, loops over for a strike. Mauer with a fly to left his first time up, hit it just about where Alex Gordon is standing right now. Strike 2. And hit one over Gordon's head and over the wall for a home run last night.
Well, looks like Paul Emmel is giving Chen that outside part of the plate. Struck out Butera. And Span outside.
Another one hit to Gordon. Closer to the line. In fact, crossed the line, and Gordon never made the catch. The guy who won a gold glove in left field. And that ball kept slicing away from him, and he never got leather on it.
Yeah, it looked like he was just trying to time it to be able to catch it, and the ball was, like you said, slicing away. Off the tip of his glove.
So Mauer gets another swing. No error on the play. Outside, 1-2.
Yeah, Alex Gordon already hugging that line down that left field corner. Bourgeois in center, shading him to left center.
Two and two. Breaking ball dribbled up the line, and that will roll foul. So Hosmer playing a deep first base, and if he were playing a little shallower, he might have been able to get that ball while it was still in fair territory. As it is, Mauer gets yet another swing.
Yeah, not a lot of room between the grass and the line right there, and that ball was hugging the grass for a while, and by the time Hosmer could get to the ball, it was in foul territory.
So 2-2 to Mauer again. And Mauer fights that one off. A good 3-week stretch for Joe Mauer.
I'd have to say it is. Hitting .420, driving in 15 runs over his last 19 ball games. So important to the Twins that Joe Mauer stay in the lineup and stay healthy. Hit a home run in game 2 yesterday over the left field fence.
And a fastball burned the outside corner, 2 down.
Almost the same pitch that struck out Bernard Span to end the 3rd inning.
Looked like it was outside, but if you act today, you can get a steal of a deal when the Twins host the A's. Friday night, July 13th, first game out of the break. For a limited time, you can get home plate view tickets for just $23. The deal against the A's is available by logging on to twinsbaseball.com or calling 800-33-TWINS. 2 down, and here's Willingham. Get one off the end of the bat, a little spinner to Hosmer for the first out of the 2nd inning. Now to 3rd. Routine play for Betancourt. And a 1-2-3-4 for Bruce Chen. He's got 3 1-2-3 innings here this afternoon. tied as we go now to the 5th inning. And Irving Falou takes a fastball wide for ball 1. It'll be Falou, Gordon, and Escobar against Liriano, who's about to throw his 75th pitch. That one misses again, 2-0. Falou called out on strikes on a 3-2 pitch for the middle out of the 3rd inning. Right down the middle.
Yeah, Liriano with 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Slot a couple hits, both of them coming last inning.
That's to left, and it'll die in front of Willingham for a base hit. So Falou aboard. Royals got a leadoff single in the 4th by Butler and scored a run. And now a leadoff single again in the 5th. AT&T trivia. I think we got 4 of the 5, and I'm stumped on the 5th. Active left-handed starters who threw a no-hitter.
John Lester.
Oh, okay. Again, we got 4 out of the 5, which is pretty good for us.
That's bonus. Take that on the road with you.
Now you'll be, and this is another excused absence for you, is it?
Yes. Well, the All-Star break and then the Hall of Fame weekend is coming like the 20th. So my next telecast will
opening
be
day 2013
on the 27th of the month.
Of this month?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. 1 strike to Alex Gordon. Could be 2. 1, 2. Nicely turned and hanging in at second base very nicely was Jamie Carroll.
Pitcher's best friend on a hot day after you give up a base hit leading off an inning is a hard, sharp ground ball to Dozier over to Carroll. And the Twins complete a 6-4 double play. 6-4-3. Falou going in hard. Carroll leaping over him.
So 2 down, bases empty, and here's Alcides Escobar. Escobar landing in Kansas City as a result of the Zach Greinke trade. And the Brewers deciding first with Sabathia, then with Greinke to go for it. And the Indians haven't gotten the return they had hoped for in the CC Sabathia trade, but I think the Royals are quite happy with what they've gotten from the Brewers in the Greinke trade.
Yeah, I think it's an even swap from both sides. Now Greinke a free agent at the end of the year, where you know the Royals got Escobar, 25 years old. They signed him to a long-term contract.
4th walk issued by Liriano, and maybe the worst one of the 4, because Billy Butler now comes up with a man on base and 2 away. Butler walked himself in the 1st, singled in the 4th for the first Kansas City hit. Chopped foul. You know, when you can get an everyday position player like Escobar, who's young, who's improved immensely as an offensive player, I mean, that's a good trade. I don't care who you've traded.
I agree.
And then you get some other players in the mix. They got Betancourt, lost him and brought him back. There's just so much speculation surrounding Liriano and his future with the Twins, if he even has one beyond this year. He can be a free agent after this season. And would the Twins trade him this year? And then if they would, when? And all that really matters to the Twins, this ball getting by Butera, so Escobar goes to second. all that really matters for the Twins fans is what they would get in return and how much those players or a player would help as soon as next year.
Right. You know, Twins need pitching. They need starting pitching. Can you get, say, a couple AAA players that might be ready to come up in a year or two for a Liriano? And at least get something for him rather than a draft pick.
1-1 to Butler with the go-ahead run at second. Chop foul 1-2.
So all these outings that Liriano has shown, the last 6 starts plus this one, very important for all the scouts that are watching Liriano. You know, is he back to where a lot of people feel he should have been a couple years ago? Will he ever be back to his first season back in 2006? Don't think so. But, you know, a pitcher that has 3 quality pitches that can hopefully go deep into the ball game, and he's been able to do that since coming back out of that bullpen.
He struggled in the 4th, and now more struggles, though, here in the 5th. This will be his 88th pitch. He's got a tough hitter in Butler with the tie game on the line.
Yeah, they say in Kansas City one thing that's really helped Butler is that during the winter he really worked on his lower part of his body, his hip area, and that's why he's hitting so more home runs this year, more than doubles. He was always kind of a doubles type hitter. He had 51 doubles 3 years ago, 45, 44, but this year only 13 doubles, but his home run total is up. Hit a total of 19 home runs last year. He's already hit 16.
Liriano's fired a bunch of pitches in the dirt here to the last 2 batters. 3-2 to Billy Butler. Bouncer to third. Foul ball. And Butera will run a fresh baseball back out to the mound. If Liriano is traded, if any current Twin is traded before the deadline, you would expect that the Twins would get pitching in return. That's the #1 crying need going into next year. Then you look back at fairly recent Twins history when the Twins decided to trade Frank Viola. They got 5 pitchers back in the trade from the Mets, and all 5 pitched for the Twins. Fouled back. Now only a couple of them had impact, but Rick Aguilera, who was the closer on a world championship team, Kevin Tapani was a fixture in the rotation, David West was in and out of the rotation, in and out of the bullpen, and then Jack Savage and Tim Drummond also contributed in the late 80s.
But you know what? Every club is looking for pitching, and that's the tough part.
So it'll probably be the last 5-for-1 pitcher trade made in baseball history. Another 3-2 to Butler. Fouled back. So Liriano's pitch count escalating here in the middle innings.
Yeah, 21 in the first, 24 in the 4th, and 18 so far here, trying to get this final out in the 5th.
He walked Escobar, Wild pitched him to second. Now he's got a predictable long battle here with Billy Butler. Struck him out, a tailing fastball at 96. And Liriano pitches out of a jam to keep this a 1-1 game.
Tickets from the Minnesota Lottery from B.T. Hilgers, a World War II veteran. He lives in Fargo now. He's 94 years old and is at his very first Twins game. He's here with his daughter, Patty, and his granddaughter. Patty, what does this mean for you and for BT to be honored and recognizing so many of the men and women who serve our country?
We're so proud that he could be here because he watches every game, and we just thought he's down here visiting in Apple Valley from Fargo, and we said, let's go to the game. So here we are. We're very proud of him.
BT, you having fun today?
Good. It's great. I've been looking for this for a long time, and here it came. Out of the blue sky, for my kids.
What a wonderful way to celebrate. Dick and Bert were told he watches every Twins game. And our thanks and our appreciation to BT and the rest of the members of the armed services.
Yeah, sure do, Marnie. Thank you very much. And that young man is hereby circled. That's great. That's great when, you can come to a ball game with your family and just on a beautiful day, sit out and just enjoy a game. That's what the game of baseball does. Brings families together, fathers, sons, daughters, wives, girlfriends, everything.
1-2 to Justin Morneau, leading off the fifth for the Twins against Bruce Chen. Now, Justin Morneau, in addition to honoring Armed Services Appreciation Day here today, it's Canada Day. It's Canada Day.
Mm-hmm.
Just off the plate, 3-2, and maybe because of that, Paul Emmel didn't ring Morneau up because that pitch was exactly the same pitch that struck out Joe Mauer in the fourth inning. But it's Canada Day, so you'd expect Justin to do something big.
I saw that Scott Diamond tweeted that too. Happy Canada Day to all the Canadians out there.
Well, the Royals go to Canada after the game today. They'll be able to celebrate on the Canada Day celebration. And Morneau is called out on strikes.
Well, Justin throwing the bat. Can't believe that's a strike, but ask Span, ask Mauer. Paul Emmel is giving that pitch down and away to Bruce Chen. That ball looks like it's low, too.
Yep.
Wow. Chen picking up his fourth strikeout. All of them called third strikes.
Got an umpire with a big strike zone swing early in the count like Trevor Plouffe did. Took the first pitch from Bruce Chen, hammered it into the left field seats for his 17th home run of the year.
I'd be surprised if he gets a hanging breaking ball right here. Well, he had a great month of June, and he's starting off the 1st of July off with a bang.
Or a Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
Well, the breaking ball hung right there, and Trevor Plouffe gave the Twins an early 1-0 lead on his 17th home run.
Yeah, this fastball for a strike, and now Plouffe turns his head away in disgust. Oh, 0-2 to Trevor Plouffe. Got a pitch up and fouled it back. I don't think that's at all where Chen wanted to deliver that 88-mile-per-hour fastball.
Yeah, not on an 0-2 pitch. Chris Parmalee yesterday got a 0-2 curveball.
Lifted to right center field. Frank Coeur under it. Out number 2.
And Parmalee hit it into the bleachers out in right field for his first home run this year from Luke Hoshaver.
Sure, it must have happened to you from time to time. Those would be the ones that have to really gall at you and make for some sleepless nights.
I never had trouble sleeping. It's just that you get so angry at yourself for making that mistake. As long as you're trying to execute and the thought process is there, you'd like to be a robot out there, but you're going to make mistakes.
That's a pretty good bunt. Pena comes up firing. Safe at first. Hosmer popped off the bag. First basemen like to do that sometimes. They call that cheating by a first baseman. But first base umpire Scott Berry said he beat the throw.
Well, Mastroianni with 2 outs trying to get on base with his speed. Pena, that's all he could do right there. But Mastroianni hustling down that line picks up just the second hit for the Twins.
I don't even know if Hosmer's foot was coming off just as he caught the ball. So Mastroianni with a bunt single, and that'll bring up Butera. Keep an eye on Mastroianni because the Royals will.
Now, he stole a couple bases in yesterday's ball game. 5 on the year in 5 attempts. Runners against Chen have been successful 11 out of 15 times trying to steal a base. And Mastroianni in the minor leagues, over 200 minor league stolen bases. 5 so far this year. Throw another throw over. Hey, how about Jim Thome getting traded? Jim Thome getting traded today for a couple prospects to the Baltimore Orioles.
As if the grounds crew here didn't have enough to deal with the big concert coming up a week from tonight. Now they're going to take all the flowers out of the ballpark when Thome comes back
when
here.
Baltimore comes into town.
You know, and I think we talked about that when he was here with the Phillies. I wouldn't write him off this year in terms of games played at Target Field. It just seemed like Thome would be of some value to an American League team as a designated hitter. Certainly more so than he was with the Phillies as a pinch hitter. And sure enough, before the All-Star break, Thome traded back to the American League.
Yeah, and the Orioles, I believe under Buck Sherwalter, they've had like 6 different DHs all season long. So they've kind of filled that spot where Jim Thome now will hopefully find that short porch in Baltimore to his liking.
So out of the All-Star break, the Twins have a week-long homestand, 3 with Oakland and 4 with Jim Thome and the Baltimore Orioles. 1-1 to Butera. See if Mastroianni takes off on this pitch. He does not. And Butera cracks it to the corner foul.
Oh, nice grab by the fan. Didn't need a glove.
There, that's Minnesota nice right there.
Very nice. Gave it to his son, who's not sitting with him. Sitting with Uncle Ben. Watch this fan right here. Just, oh, I can get that. Nice grab.
1-2 to Butera. Bouncer to short. And Escobar slings it to first. That ends the 5th inning. On to the 6th, tied at 1.
It will be a hot, humid day for some baseball with a shower or storm in the area. If you are making the trip, make sure to grab those umbrellas. First pitch temperature at 85 degrees.
93 here. There are some parts in the country that are just sweltering in this heat. It's supposed to be while we're gone, you to your retirement home in Florida, and the rest of us going to Detroit and then Texas. Here's the Twin schedule: 4 in Detroit, 3 in Texas, but it's supposed to stay in the 90s, maybe even 100 degrees here in Minnesota by Thursday. Francoeur, 1 strike from Liriano. 2 strikes from Liriano.
Yeah, this might be the makings of Liriano's last inning. He's got 94 pitches, so put another 0 on the board. 6 strikeouts for Liriano. One of them for Jeff Francoeur in the 4th inning.
One and 2. Francoeur, Betancourt, and Hosmer, the 4, 5, and 6 batters for Kansas City. Fouled back into the seats. Let's imagine a Twins win here today, and the White Sox losing in New York. It's 4-2 New York in the 5th inning in the Bronx. So then you go into the last week, and no one's going to sugarcoat it. It's a tough week. 4 games against Detroit, 3 in Texas. Drilled to center. Span's going to get going. He's going to chase it, and he's going to make the catch on the track. 1 away. 1 down in the 6th before Betancourt comes to the plate. Go behind the scenes for the making of the new Vikings cheerleader swimsuit calendar. Let's get to know the ladies making up this year's team. Watch the making of the Vikings swimsuit calendar tomorrow at 9:30 on Fox Sports North. Let's imagine then, if you can imagine all of that the Twins go into the All-Star break 8.5 games back, which is where they might be today. Then what do? You say, well, the starting rotation's still in shambles, but you've got the makings of a decent rotation with Liriano pitching well, Diamond pitching well, DeVries maybe. It's not what you would like. You'd like Pavano and Baker and so on and so forth. You don't have that. But is 8.5 games justification for pulling the plug on the season? You think, well, then I was just going to say, you think back, was it 8-9 years ago, the Twins were 8 games back. They traded for Shannon Stewart at the break and ended up winning the division comfortably.
Right.
Here is Hosmer with Betancourt aboard, 1 away, and strike 1. You know, everybody has at least one opinion on what you should do,
right,
because it changes from day to day, and ultimately there's only one opinion that matters, and that's the opinion of Terry Ryan.
And Ron Gardenhire. I mean, Terry Ryan will communicate with Ron Gardenhire. What direction are they headed, and they feel they're headed. See the pitch count for Liriano.
You know, and ultimately the decision is made based on what is offered for the likes of Liriano, Capps, Span, Pavano, whoever you put as a fan on a possible trade list. Somebody's got to sift through what you would get in return, and that's the general manager's job, with consultation, as you said, of the manager and coaches perhaps. 2-1. Jeff Gray warming up. Liriano's issued 4 walks, and his has not been the most efficient afternoon, but 61 strikes, 40 balls out of the 101 pitches.
Yeah, the last 2+ innings under duress a little bit, and that's what that pitch count, the most pitches he's thrown in a ball game, and that got a piece of Hosmer.
So now 1st and 2nd, 1 out. And the warning sirens are going off in the Twins dugout. Liriano gave up a warning track fly ball to start the inning. Now a single and a hit batter.
Yeah, that fastball coming in, and if it nicked him, it's exactly what it did. Maybe off that, I believe that's a pad that he wears. Well, Liriano with 102 pitches. He threw 104 pitches in his last outing against the White Sox, where he went a season high 7 innings.
Rick Anderson with a quick trip to the mound. Brian Pena will be the batter. And another situation where the Royals are threatening in the middle innings. There were no such threats in the first 3 innings. Just a couple of walks, no hits, and no runner reaching second base.
Yeah, first 11 batters outstanding. Last 13 has struggled a little bit, but still a 1-1 ball game. Twins turned a double play behind them last inning. See if we get Pena to hit into the ground.
Pena hit a sacrifice fly his last time up. Off the plate, ball 1. Sacrifice fly went to center field. Pena struck out swinging in the second. Off of Liriano and deflecting toward third base. It'll be an infield hit. Now they're loaded up with 1 down.
Oh, Pena hitting that ball right back at Liriano. He threw up his hands and it sounded like maybe he hit his wrist. We'll take a look right here. Leaped up. Looked like he hit the right wrist. And then deflecting over toward third base. And no play. So bases are loaded with the infield base hit of Pena.
And they're wanting somebody to go out and talk to Liriano to buy some time. Looking at Ron Gardner, I think he's a little upset that they didn't buy a little time and give Gray some time to warm up. I think they're trying to get the attention of one of the middle infielders, because I think they prefer to have Gray pitch to Bourgeois. 2-0. And Butera goes out halfway to the mound. So
no, I think they're giving Liriano this opportunity right here. Gray has been throwing for a couple 2-3 hitters, so I'm sure he's ready. Remember in the last start they let him pitch through a situation in the 7th inning, is able to get out of it.
Bounce to the right side, off the glove of Morneau and into right field. And 2 runs are going to score. Now Mastroianni overruns the ball, and there will be runners at second and third. So 2 deflections conspire to put the Royals in front by a pair. If Morneau fields the ball, he might have had a chance to come home or second, maybe even turn a double play.
Well, right off the end of the bat, Bourgeois goes the other way. Justin trying to get that short hop. It deflects off of him in right field. And Mastroianni coming in, and the ball got by him.
And that'll be the end of the day for Liriano. And the Royals have a lead now with Jeff Gray coming into the ballgame. All-Star voting isn't over quite yet. You can vote for the final player for each league roster until Thursday, July 5th. Go to twinsbaseball.com, cast your All-Star Game final vote for the final 2 All-Stars for the game in Kansas City. You can also use your mobile phone. There are no Twins, not Josh Willingham, not Denard Span, no Twins on the final 5 in the American League. Jonathan Broxton of the Royals is on the final 5 list. There are 5 pitchers on the American League extra spot ballot and 5 position players in the National League.
Yeah, on that last play, that short hop Morneau, the official scorer gave Justin an error.
Ooh.
And a fielder's choice for Bourgeois. He does pick up an RBI and then an error on Mastroianni in right field that allowed the runners to advance. So a double error on that play.
Here's Falou. Twins infield halfway in with Pena, a lead-legged catcher at third. Up and away, ball 1. And now Martinez, the third base coach, says something directly to Pena after giving a long sequence of signs. Need to be alert for the squeeze here. And it's down and in, 2-0.
Let's take a look at the air off the bat of Bourgeois, who took that ball the other way. That little short hop kind of came up on Justin. That's a tough error right there. And then Mastroianni coming in and just overrunning the ball. That is a very tough error.
I had written down base hit.
Yeah, me too.
Ripped to the right field corner, and it's going to score 2 more. Falou digs for second, and it's a 2-run double and a 5-1 Kansas City lead.
Now Falou picking up his second hit, pulling a pitch down that right field line. He picks up his second and third RBIs for the Royals. And a crooked number put here in the 6th inning. 4 so far by the Kansas City Royals. Mastroianni gets it back in quickly. But both the runners that advanced on a couple errors score.
A 2-run double for Falou, and now Gordon, the 7th man to bat this inning. Still only 1 out. And Gray misses well off the plate.
Yeah, Gray pitching he pitched here on Friday night. No, he pitched on Wednesday against the Chicago White Sox. 1 inning. So pitching for the first time in this 4-game series.
2-0. Liriano walked 4 guys, hit a guy. And now Gray has thrown just 1 strike out of 6 pitches, and that strike was hammered for a double. First base is filled. And that'll bring up Escobar.
Well, for Gray, that's his 16th walk in 33 innings pitched. Already looking at the lineup sheet.
And he fell behind Falou 2-0, and then Falou teed off on a fastball to deliver a 2-run double. Now bouncer to short. 6-4. Safe. And Escobar beats the relay. The Twins get 1, but not 2. On the play, Falou goes to third.
Well, Dozier comes in, gets a little short hop right there. Quick feed over to Carroll. And Escobar hustling down that line does stay out of the double play. So runners at first and third. There are 2 outs.
And the ninth man to bat is Billy Butler. Struck out with a man at second and 2 down in the 5th. Bounce too short. And the force play at second base. Good inning for the Royals and a bad inning for the Twins. It's 5-1 Kansas City.
Second inning, Betancourt throwing the ball high to Hosmer, and Hosmer able to come down and tag Morneau. That for the second out in the bottom of the second inning.
And this is the Coors Light 6th inning, and you were just treated to the Frost Brewed Coors Light freeze can. A 4-run lead now for Bruce Chen, who's just given up a couple of hits. A long home run to left by Trevor Plouffe and a bunt single. He hasn't walked anybody. He'll face Dozier, Span, and Carroll in the 6th.
Now, we said in the top of the show he came into this ball game throwing very well over his last 10 starts, 7-2 with a 4.25 ERA.
Strike one to Dozier. Pulled foul.
You can see Chin doing a good job at changing speeds. His fastball clock maybe as high as 96, 97, but that big slow curveball.
96.
Excuse me, 86. Now, used to saying a high of 86, but changing speeds well.
Fastball off the plate.
There's at 88.
You know, you take a look at the CenturyLink high-speed pitch here. Chen as high as 90.
90. Whoa, I missed that one. Liriano at 96.
Dozier trying to get aboard here. 1-2 leading off the 6th. Breaking ball hammered to center. And over the head of Bourgeois. And Dozier goes to third on a ball that sailed over the head of Jason Bourgeois.
Well, Brian Dozier, sometimes against pitches like that, you have to create your own power. And Bourgeois going back and could not catch up to it. Looks like it nicked his glove. And then hit off the wall, and a triple for Dozier, his first triple at the major league level.
And now Span will hit. Up high, ball one. One and 0 to Denard Span. A drag bunt. Chen fields his position well. And Span gets the runner in from third, even though he was trying for a base hit.
Yeah, an RBI for Span, his 21st of the year. As Dozier scores from third base. And Chen reacting very quickly over there, picking up the ball, barehanding it, and flipping it to Hosmer for the first out.
Give Span a sacrifice and an RBI. Here's Carroll in a 5-2 ball game. Ball one.
See, I disagree with that. I don't think that's a sacrifice right there. He's trying to bunt for a base hit.
Yeah, but that's been the ruling. 2-0.
If it's a 1-1 ball game, 2-1 ball game, I can see where you're trying to do that. But when you're down by, 4 runs, Span was definitely bunting for a base hit.
2-1. Carroll 0 for 2, a fly to right and a ground ball to first. Carroll hit a wicked smash between Hosmer and the line, and Hosmer picked it off. Into the Kansas City dugout. Yikes. Mitch Meyer.
Eddie Rodriguez over there.
Everybody's okay. 2-2 to Carroll. And over the roof of the Twins dugout.
Bruce Chen now with 75 pitches, 53 strikes. No walks, 4 strikeouts. Twins have just 3 hits.
And Carroll flips another one foul. Pitch taken for a ball. Full count now to Jamie Carroll.
We've seen this pitch get called.
Yes, we have.
Justin Morneau's call third strike was there.
Pounded foul. The first 5 hitters for the Twins, with Span's generous sacrifice call, are 0 for 10 against Chen. And another 3-2 pitch coming. Three and 2 to Jamie Carroll. Foul fly into the seats. 5 2-strike fouls for Carroll in this at bat. So Chen will try it again on 3 and 2. And that is a heck of a walk by Jamie Carroll. First one issued by Chen, and that gets a man aboard for Mauer. Sundays on Fox Sports North, join Tom Brokaw for Boys in the Hall, the personal stories of some of baseball's greatest legends. This week it's Duke Snyder. Boys in the Hall after the game, presented by Subway Restaurants, where winners eat. And on a day yesterday where the Twins wore Minneapolis Miller uniforms, and of course there were also the St. Paul Saints. I interviewed Duke Snyder once, and we talked about his days as a St. Paul Saint.
What a nice man.
Was a teammate of Wayne Terwilliger's for the St. Paul Saints years ago.
Twig.
Mauer takes off the plate, ball one. He was called out on a similar pitch in the 4th inning.
Well, you might see Wayne Terwilliger when the Twins are down in Texas. I don't believe he's coaching anymore. I believe he's just kind of shows up once in a while. Coaching independent team.
Up the middle and a base hit. Carroll will round second and hold up. So the Twins, after the triple by Brian Dozier and after the bunt by Span, now continue the threat with a walk and a single. Here's Willingham.
Again, with Bruce Chin, you have to wait back. That's exactly what Joe does. A breaking ball, taking it right back up the middle.
Willingham has seen Trevor Plouffe take over the team lead in home runs today with 17. And generally, shortly after Plouffe has taken the lead, Willingham has followed with one of his own. Plouffe homered in the first game yesterday. Willingham homered in the nightcap. This would be a nice place for Willingham's 17th. It would tie the game.
All right, Bruce Chen has given up 11 home runs now this year with the home run to Trevor Plouffe, and 10 of the 11 have been to right-handed hitters.
Inside, ball one. Kelvin Herrera warming up in the Kansas City pen. Now that was something at 83 miles per hour, but it seemed like Willingham was late. How can that be?
Well, yeah, again, you know, you have to wait back, and like Joe Mauer did, wait back nicely and then just kind of create your own power. Dozier did it with that triple over the head of Bourgeois.
Swinging miss. 1-2.
That pitch at 78 miles an hour. How come left-handers can get away with this? A right-hander threw 78.
Yeah, you never heard the adjectives crafty or finesse applied to right-handers. No. 1-2 to Willingham. 2-2.
And he tried to sneak an 89-mile-an-hour fastball on the outer half of the plate and just missed.
Launching one to center field. Tie game.
Well, even though Josh Willingham was not named to the American League All-Star game, he hits his 17th home run, a big 3-run home run, now with 55 RBIs on the year. That's the generate your own power right there. And Willingham hitting it into the bullpen of the Royals, 416 feet away.
And he does tie Plouffe for the team lead in home runs now with 17.
That was a good call on your part.
1-1 to Morneau. Way out in front of, I think that's as low as the radar gun will go, 70. 1-2. Tried to strike him out on the same pitch that worked to strike him out in the 5th. And Morneau strikes out for out number 2.
And Chin picks up his 5th strikeout, getting Justin for the 2nd time.
And that'll bring up Plouffe.
Oh, the Royals put a 4 on the board in the top of the 6th inning, and the Twins answer right back. Game tied at 5 apiece.
Well, the home run lead for the Twins is there for the taking. Deep to left field. I don't believe it. The Twins have a 6-5 lead. Plouffe with his 2nd home run of the afternoon at a team-leading 18.
Again, jumping on that first pitch. And Plouffe putting the club up by 1.
And Bruce Chen handed a 4-run lead in the 6th. Sees first Willingham tie it up. And then Plouffe does this. Board, and the home run ball has put the Twins in front.
Yeah, 2nd time in this series that the Twins have hit 3 home runs. And that ties a target field record for the Twins. And Bruce Chen.
Wondering what happened.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it can leave you in a hurry. And it did for Bruce Chen that inning. Again, the Royals took a 4-4 lead in top, and the Twins come right back. Now answer with 5.
Darren Mastroianni bunted for a base hit in the 5th inning, and look, Betancourt still playing a deep third base. Mastroianni flips it foul, 1-1. If he's bunted in front of you once, wouldn't you think you'd at least be in on the edge of the grass? Foul back, 1-2.
Well, Herrera coming into the ballgame making his 36th relief appearance. 40 in the third innings. So walked only 7, 1 intentional with 37 strikeouts. In his first full year with the Royals, last year's September call-up.
Chop to the right side. Falou has it. And that ends the inning. But it was a great inning for the Twins. They gave up 4 runs in the top of the 6th. Came back with 5 in the bottom. Absolutely nothing happened for 5 innings.
Yeah, you know what? In the top of the 6th inning, the Royals, on a couple errors by the Twins, end up taking a 4-1 lead, 5-1 lead by scoring 4 runs. But the Twins came right back. Big 3-run home run by Josh Willingham, and then Trevor Plouffe giving the Twins a 6-5 lead with his second home run of the game.
So now Jeff Gray pitching with a 1-run lead. And Jeff Francoeur will lead things off. Pitches up high. Gray really struggled wrapping up the 6th inning and getting the ball over the plate. He's thrown 10 pitches, just 3 strikes. Francoeur, Betancourt, and Hosmer, the 4, 5, and 6 batters. Fouled back. One and one. Morneau in foul ground, won't have a play. 1 and 2.
Good effort right there by Justin. Just ran out of room. Could not catch up to it.
Francoeur just 1 for 14 in the series. Fastball off the plate, 2 and 2. Bounce foul. Francoeur pretty vocal after the doubleheader loss yesterday about how it was the worst day of the season for the Royals. They won a ball game here on Friday night. Had a little bit of a winning streak.
Yeah, they had won 4 straight.
And you just didn't think the Royals played well at all yesterday. And scolded himself and his teammates for not having a better effort.
Yeah, but I think you have to look at the starter yesterday in game 1 in Sanchez. He kind of set the tone.
Driven to right, and that'll drop in front of Mastroianni for a leadoff single. And Francoeur is not going to call out a teammate, but he was talking around the issue, which was the starting pitcher and how they came out flat yesterday. And that's what happens when you've got a starting pitcher who doesn't throw it over the plate.
Well, the weather was like yesterday, like today. It was hot out there, and when you walk 6 guys in less than 5 innings, they were standing out there way too long because the pitcher couldn't get the ball over the plate. That being Sanchez, Jonathan Sanchez.
Here's Betancourt. A bounce out, a walk, and a single. Breaking ball over for a strike. It was Betancourt's single with 1 out in the 6th that eventually led to Liriano's exit in the 4-run Kansas City 6th.
Saw the line on Bruce Chen. He is still a pitcher of record. And Liriano spit out the hook.
Foul back, 2 strikes. We've seen Liriano very good. We've seen him very bad. Today's start, I guess, somewhere's in between.
Yeah, I thought he pitched good up until that last inning. The base hit, then a hit batsman, then the infield base hit. Things just didn't go his way.
Two strikes to Yuniesky Betancourt. Liner to third. Plouffe rifles it across. Morneau digs out a low throw. And Francura alertly got back to the bag. 1 out. And Ron Gardenhire's coming out to the mound here to make a pitching change with left-hand hitting Eric Hosmer due up next. And Gray got the Twins out of the 5th and into the 7th inning. Top of the 7th inning, the Our Family section has ticket availability for games in the second half of the season. You can get a ticket in the alcohol-free section and receive a free Schweigert hot dog and Pepsi. For pricing and details on the Our Family section, visit twinsbaseball.com or call 800-33-TWINS.
Well, Tyler Robertson getting some work in at the major league level. He got called up on the 25th of June. First opening day assignment, struck out the first 3 batters he faced against the White Sox. Already making his 5th relief appearance. He worked in game 2 in yesterday's ball game. Worked 1 shutout inning, threw 10 pitches, 7 for strikes with a strikeout. He worked the 8th inning.
If he keeps pitching the way that he has, he needn't worry about ever seeing Rochester, New York again. He's had 8 at-bats against left-handed batters. He's given up a scratch single and struck out 6 guys in the 8 at-bats. And he's got a lefty waiting for him here in Eric Hosmer. Strike on the outside corner.
And what we've seen is a fastball, and then his strikeout pitch has been that nasty slider down and away.
Runner goes. Pitch swung on and missed. And Buter's throw got him.
Wow.
Dozier caught the ball on the third base side of the bag and swept it over for the tag.
What a throw by Drew Butera. What a jump by Francoeur. He had a great jump, but Drew's throw, look how quick he gets rid of this ball down in the dirt. Good strong throw, and then a quick tag by Dozier to get Francoeur for the second out.
1-2 to Hosmer. And now 2-2.
Take another look right here. The breaking ball down. Drew, quick release, good strong throw, quick tag. Francoeur can't believe it.
So 2 down in the 7th. 2-2 to Eric Hosmer. Busted bat. Dozier fields on a hop, fires across, safe at first. Hosmer legged it out and went in with a head first slide.
I don't think Dozier could have played that ball any differently. Right off the end of the bat, Hosmer just kind of reached out, and you can almost hear the bat crack. The ball had a lot of spin on it. Dozier played it the best he could, but Hosmer gets his second hit of the ball game.
The other hit that Robertson allowed against a lefty was an infield hit. And Hosmer gets a 2-out infield hit, and that'll bring up Brian Pena. Off the plate, ball 1. Pena, switch hitter. Only home run of the year coming from the other side of the plate. Popped up, short center field. Span comes in. Robertson gets the job done again. And we'll head to the bottom of the 7th with the Twins up a run. Tyler Robertson making quite an impression. And on this Sunday afternoon when the Twins honor the armed forces, a treat with God Bless America.
Singing of God Bless America.
Baseball on Fox Sports North is brought to you by McDonald's. Right now, you can get 20 crispy chicken McNuggets for just $4.99 at McDonald's. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. Well, the Twins had a 1-0 lead on a Trevor Plouffe home run, and then before you knew it, the Royals had tied it, taken a 5-1 lead. Their lead, however, did not last very long.
Yeah, pitchers duel the first 5 innings, and then Kansas City, off of Liriano, scored 4 runs, but the Twins came right back against Bruce Chin and put 5 on the board.
Gutierrez on the first pitch from Herrera hits a little pop-up short left field. Escobar with the catch, 1 away. So 1 quick out in the 7th, and that'll bring up Brian Dozier. Dozier started the 5-run 6th with a deep fly ball to center field. And it went over the head of Bourgeois for a triple. He came in on Span's bunt. And then the Twins went even deeper than Dozier's center field triple to tie the game and take the lead. Cleveland beat Baltimore 6-2.
Well, Baltimore staying in that race in the American League Eastern Division. Even though they're 5 behind the Yankees, they're in 2nd place. Hoping Jim Thome can add a little punch to their lineup.
2-0 to Dozier. And another fastball high, 3-0.
Herrera, very good fastball, clocked at 98.
And a strike, 3-1. And Dozier takes a walk with 1 out.
Well, Herrera at 5'9" from the Dominican Republic. Again, a September call-up last year. Made the club out of spring training. And having a pretty good year out of that bullpen for the Royals.
Temperature Fahrenheit 93 degrees. 307 degrees in the Kelvin gauge. It feels more like 307 than 93. This is a little warm for me. Tour at Target Field here by visiting twinsbaseball.com or calling 800-33-TWINS. Private tours are available. Go to twinsbaseball.com or 800-33-TWINS and check out Target Field from a different perspective. Denard Span against Jose Majaras. Ball one.
Yeah, Majaras having a very good year out of the Royals bullpen this year in his first season. He pitched in last night's ball game, the second game of that day-night doubleheader. A shutout 7th inning against the Twins. Very good 1.78 ERA.
Dozier dives back to the bag. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Span officially 0 for 2 was given credit for the sacrifice that scored Dozier after his leadoff triple. Peeled foul over the tarp. 1-2. We thought last year that Span might be the Twins representative at the All-Star game. And the manager at least gave him a recommendation for the All-Star game this year. Anybody with the Twins is surprised that Majaras is having a good year, not a great year, but a good year for the Royals. He was capable of doing that with the Twins, and for a couple of years did that.
Yeah, you know what? Then he had the elbow issue, that the elbow was barking a little bit. 4 years he wore a Twins uniform. Great jump by Dozier, and he slides in safely.
A tremendous jump by Dozier against the left-handed pitcher.
Well, he guessed right there. Majaras had thrown over a couple times. And then once Majaras lifted that leg up, Dozier took off. He steals his 4th base of the year in 6 attempts.
Two and two to Span. That's looped to left. Down for a hit. Dozier to third. They're going to wave him around. The ball skips by Escobar. Dozier scores. Span to second base. The throw from Bourgeois to Escobar. Short hop the shortstop. And he never fielded it. And Span went to second on the mishandle.
Yeah, Span, good aggressive base running. This ball hit softly into left center. And Bourgeois comes in, and there's that short hop, and what makes this play, Dozier, good hustle right here, sees it fall. He runs and scores for the Twins. The throw short hop, and Span rounded first and then scooted over to second base. It'll be a base hit RBI for Span, and then the error on Bourgeois, the center fielder.
And here's Carroll. Ball one.
And the error allows Span to go from first to second.
And there goes Span to third. And it's a strike. Pena can't get the ball out of his glove. And the Twins continue to run the baseball, or run the bases very aggressively.
Well, I remember in yesterday's first ball game, the Twins' KCA stole third a couple times. And Span getting a great jump, and with one out, he's only 90 feet away from making it a 3-run lead. And the Royals bring the infield in. Second stolen base of the inning.
1-1 the count to Carroll. 1-2. Harris ready. 1-2 to Jamie Carroll. Bouncer to short. Span has to hold his ground. 2 down. And that'll bring up Mauer. Mauer singled and scored in the 6th. 1 for 3. And the average still at 325. Started the day 11 points off the lead in the American League. At the knees, a strike. By the end of the road trip, before the All-Star break, Mauer might very well have more at-bats than he had all of last year. Driven to left. Gordon back for the catch. And Mauer again hits another one right on the button to left field. Twins had a run in the 7th.
Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins LLC. Well, Jared Burton coming into the ball game for the Twins to pitch the 8th inning, making his 34th relief appearance. Opponent's batting average just 198 off of Burton. He's allowed only 23 hits in 32 innings pitched.
Due to face Bourgeois, Fallu, and Gordon. Twins now with a 2-run lead. Looks like it will be Gerard Dyson pinch hitting for Bourgeois. Bourgeois called up from Omaha because of his ability to hit left-handers, and now the Twins bring in another right-handed reliever in Burton. So Ned Yost goes to his bench and pulls off Dyson.
Yeah, the speedy Dyson hitting at 247. Guy you want to keep off the bases if you can. See Trevor Plouffe right there taking the bunt away. As Justin's in at first.
Strike one. That's down the line, but foul. Hit off the top of the angled fence and right into a fan's hand. Very nice.
Play the ricochet.
2 strikes to Gerard Dyson. 1 and 2.
Well, Burton last night got the final 3 outs in the Twins' 5-to-win win over the Royals. Through 16 pitches, 11 first strikes.
That's punched to left. Willingham running catch in the gap. An important catch for Willingham because of Dyson's ability to run the bases. If that gets by him, that's at least a triple.
Well, Dyson kind of a slap hitter anyway, so you kind of shade him toward that left field line. He just hits that ball the other way. Willingham, look at the concentration, open glove, nice running catch.
And now Irving Falou. Outside, ball 1. Falou with a 2-run double to right. Jeff Gray fell behind him 2-0, and Falou doubled the Kansas City lead. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Into the seats down the left field line.
Joe Mauer in his interview saying that Burton, one of the guys that he thought, you know what, could be an all-star, along with Glenn Perkins.
Just missed.
Wow, that's a good pitch right there. We've seen the outside corner getting called. We have not seen too many inside pitches being called. See what Fox Track says.
Wow. Fox Tracks brought to you by Carrier. Well, one player that Joe Mauer didn't mention only because his name didn't roll off his tongue, Scott Diamond. Scott Diamond, another guy with 7 wins on the year, didn't even pitch for the Twins in April.
It came up in early May, and he has been the horse in the rotation yesterday, winning his 7th game. 8 very good innings. Second time he has gone 8 innings in a row.
Foul ball. A little piece of Butera on that one. Still 2-2.
They got the right hand of Drew Butera.
Came inside with a cutter or something that darted in on Falou, out number 2.
Yeah, good pitch right there. The slider going down and in, and Falou swinging over the top. Looks like a fastball, and then it just veers inside.
Two down in the 8th, and here's Alex Gordon. Outside, ball 1. Royals with this series here, and then they go to Toronto, they go to Detroit, and all that made necessary. The long road trip, as you can imagine, the Royals getting their field and stadium ready for the All-Star game. So if the Twins were to get the All-Star game, say in 2014, you might expect the Twins to go into the break with a week and a half long road trip.
Yeah, 11 games the Royals will play on the road.
That's to left center. And that's not going to be caught. Off the wall, retrieved by Willingham. It's a 2-out double for Gordon. His first hit of the ballgame.
One thing about Alex Gordon, he's got such a sweet swing, almost a George Brett type swing. Watch this right here, just taking that pitch the other way. Willingham unable to catch up to that one, and Gordon with his first hit on his 25th double of the year.
And now Alcides Escobar. Escobar 0 for 3. He walked in the 5th inning. In the dirt, ball 1.
Now the Royals out hitting the Twins 9-7, but the Twins have hit 3 home runs that accounted for 7 of their runs. 7 hits for the Twins.
Twins have now, as a team, hit 66. 4 fewer than the Tigers have hit. The Tigers struggling offensively, but you looked at the 2 lineups and you thought, well, the Tigers might out-homer the Twins 2-1 this year. That hasn't been the case, and that's one of the reasons why the Tigers are where they are in the standings. 2-1 to Escobar. Tigers have a 5-3 lead going to the bottom of the 9th in St. Petersburg. 3-1 with Butler on deck. Well, this is the guy that
no free passes
Burton
here.
wants to get. That was one of the cardinal mistakes for Liriano. He lived to tell about it after striking out Butler, but it was a long at bat. Butler struck out, and there wasn't much left in the tank in the 6th for Liriano. And a walk will fill first base. There are 2 men aboard now for Billy Butler.
And we're pitching coach Rick Anderson will jog out to the mound.
Burton just his 7th walk allowed this year. And Butler, Kansas City's top run producer, was a doubles machine. Now he's hitting more home runs. Might hit in the range of 35 home runs this year. Not the guy you want to be walking people in front of. So Butler, single and a run scored in the 4th.
On last night's ball game, the first batter that Burton faced was Butler, and he hit a deep fly ball to center field. Twins will take one of those again. 2 outs, the old sacrifice fly.
Big swing with Butler, trying to do what Willingham did earlier, and that is hit a 3-run home run. Wow. Butler lays off. It's up high, 1-1.
Yeah, slider down and away. Butler swung through. Then that high looked like a slider.
One and one. Half swing. Did they go? No, it's 2-1.
Tried the slider again. Butler able to hold up.
He checked. 2-1 to Butler.
Three straight sliders, everything trying to work outer half of the plate.
Fastball is fouled back.
They're trying to work away, but that ball left too much of the plate, and Butler fouled it off, thank goodness.
Center square. Yikes. Two and two. And a breaking pitch lifted foul. He's throwing Butler one fastball, a bunch of sliders. I don't think he's thrown him the changeup yet.
Not yet, no.
Two and two to Billy Butler. And that might have been it there.
That was a change up there, yeah.
Full count.
And Butera is going to take the ball out and ask what he wants to throw in this situation right here.
Liriano struck out Butler in the fifth on a fastball at 96 miles per hour, tailing away from it. And Perkins warming up in the Twins pen. Fouled back.
Well, they tried another fastball just up, and Butler fouled it off. That at 93.
Three-two again. Another foul. The only swing and miss in this at bat was the very first pitch when Burton threw him the slider. And another fastball away, fouled away.
Nine pitch at bat between Burton and Butler.
Another 3-2 coming. Got him with the slider. Or a fastball down and away. Butler strikes out, leaving two men aboard in the eighth.
Target Field, hoping you will stay with us as our coverage continues after the game. For Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. We will look at some home run magic for Minnesota. 2 homers today by Trevor Plouffe, another by Josh Willingham. We'll also head inside the manager's office to bring you reaction from Ron Gardenhire. And on the field after the game for our instructional on some of the basic mechanics of throwing the baseball. Ron Coomer will have some youngsters out there to teach them how to grip it, how to hold your feet, your shoulders, your elbows, all of the details in throwing a baseball. That's coming up after the game, Dickenberg.
All right, I'm assuming you're going to be a part of that?
I hope not.
Throwing the baseball? Well, I mean, no one threw the baseball of our collection of great baseball personalities. Nobody threw it more or better than you did.
Well, you know what? You put that baseball in your hand and you just throw it any way you want. Everybody's different. Aaron Crow, the All-Star for the Royals last year, making his first appearance in this 4-game series.
And a strike. 0-2 to Willingham.
Crow very good out of that bullpen. 38 the relief appearance, 2.65 ERA.
And a high breaking pitch. And Willingham has gone on 3 pitches.
Well, slider, but it's a hard breaking ball. Like a little spinner up in the strike zone at 84 miles an hour.
Dyson's out in center replacing Bourgeois. Here's Morneau. Driven to left center. I knew he was going to do something on Canada Day. And it's a 1-out double. A drive to left center field, and Morneau has a 1-for-4 day.
Well, jumping on the first pitch from Aaron Crow, fastball away, and just lining it into left center for Justin, his 14th double of the year. Gets into scoring position with 1 out for Trevor Plouffe,
who already has homered twice. There's Canada. Plouffe with 2 solo home runs. The team leader now with 18. Fastball and strike 1. Morneau, the last Twin to hit 3 home runs in a game. He did it in Chicago several years ago. Just about 5 years ago. 1-1. 2-1. The White Sox lost to the Yankees 4-2. The Tigers beat the Rays 5-3. Cleveland beat Baltimore 6-2. So if the Twins win this game, the margin bottom to top is 8.5 games. Three and 1. Of course, first base is open, and Mastroianni's on deck. The Royals won the opening game of the series, now in danger of losing the back 3. Three and 2.
Well, good hard slider there by Crow.
Mastroianni on deck. Full count to Plouffe. All right, fastball got him. 2 down.
All right, fastball at 95. Crow picking up his second strikeout. Fastball almost looked like it rose.
Mastroianni hoping to get Morneau in from second. Check swing, ball 1. Perkins just staying loose out in the bullpen. He was warming up in the 8th. Takes that slider over for a strike.
Boy, just watching Crow reminds me of an old Kansas City pitcher, Mark Littell.
Okay.
The way that he keeps that shoulder in and comes straight over the top. I shouldn't say old, former Royals pitcher. That's probably a little bit older today than he was yesterday.
We all were.
I know. That's my point.
2-1.
Crow just 25 years old. The Royals' #1 pick back in 2009.
Very high, 3-1 with Butera on deck. Swing and a miss, filling the count. Checked his swing. He'll go to first. And Butera will come up with 2 men aboard. Butera hitless in the game, called out on strikes in the 3rd. A bouncer to short in the 5th, and then a pop fly to the shortstop Escobar in the 7th. Down and in, ball 1. Twins getting an additional run in the 7th inning to double the lead. Looking for another run or 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. A high fly to left field. Gordon to the wall. It's gone. A home run. Butera with a 3-run bomb.
And a new record for the Twins here at Target Field by hitting 4 home runs here today. Butera with his first home run of the year. And a fastball in and hit it over that left field wall. Fan reaching over. He drops it. Second 3-run home run in today's ball game for the Twins.
In almost that exact same spot in April, Alex Gordon took a home run away from Danny Valencia. And now Dozier with a fly to right to end the inning. A 5-run lead for the Twins as they hope to take this series 3-1. game reset with Drew Butera opening up the game in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, 4 home runs here today for the Minnesota Twins. A record here at Target Field for the Twins. Most home runs hit in a ball game.
Nice mix there. 8 home runs, 9 stolen bases. So not a save situation for Glenn Perkins, but he was warmed up, ready to come in and hopefully polish off the Royals quickly here. And there's a first pitch strike to Jeff Francoeur.
Most importantly, you can't always have save situations in the 9th inning. Get the win.
Fouled back. The Royals finished last year here, and the Twins in a 1-series homestand won the series 2-1 and avoided losing 100 games. With the exception of that small homestand at the end of the season last year, Twins have not had a winning homestand since the All-Star break of last year. And so thanks, they hope, for a 3-game winning streak at the end of this homestand, they've got a chance to make it a 4-3 homestand. 2-2. The Twins didn't play well at home or on the road, but they've lost their home field advantage last year and wanted desperately to regain it this year, and maybe this is a sign of
better things to come.
Better things to come.
Yep. Well, Perkins worked in game 1. He finished Scott Diamond's game yesterday. Diamond worked the first 8. Perkins threw the 9th, a shutout inning. Needed only 6 pitches to retire the Royals.
To right field where Mastroianni puts it away. 1 down. Jimmy John's delivery of the game. Trevor Plouffe started the scoring with the home run, and then he gave the Twins a lead again.
He is swinging a bat. Breaking ball from Bruce Chinn gave the Twins a 1-0 lead. And then after Josh Willingham's 3-run home run 1 out later, it was Plouffe with his 2nd home run.
Here's Betancourt. Up high, ball 1. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
It's not a secret what you're going to get from Glenn Perkins. A fastball in the mid-90s and then that hard slider.
Squirted foul. 1-2.
That looked like the slider.
That looked like Betancourt was trying to follow the Brian Dozier school of hitting there. Hit it right off the end of the bat and maybe a little roll fair. 1-2. Driven to right center. Mastroianni over a few steps. Out number 2. And that will leave it to Eric Hosmer.
The first baseman, Eric Hosmer.
Hosmer's reached his last 3 times up, hit by a pitch in the 6th. Also a pair of singles. Grounded up the middle, his 3rd hit. Hosmer aboard with 2 gone, and that'll bring up Brian Pena.
Yeah, they tried to go in, and there's a fastball down, and Hosmer hitting it right back up the middle.
We've talked about it, but we should officially wish you a good All-Star break and a fun return to Cooperstown later this month.
Thank you very much. No speeches this time around.
Just kick back, relax, and
wear my sunglasses.
Sit on the stage, wear your sunglasses,
and fall asleep. This is awesome.
That's why they wear the sunglasses there.
Yeah.
Half the guys are asleep.
Did you hear my speech? Put half of them to sleep.
Runner goes. Twins don't care. Hosmer goes to second. Lace to center. Span charges. They're going to send Hosmer. And the throw coming through. It's an RBI single for Pena.
Pena picking up his second RBI of the ball game, a sacrifice fly in the fourth inning. So Hosmer taking advantage of nobody holding him on, advances to second, and then Pena drives him in. It's a 10-6 ball game.
Salvador Perez hitting for Dyson. Hit a home run to the opposite field here on Friday night. There goes another one. My goodness, he's got power to that side. Mastroianni going back. It's off the wall. Span with the carom. They're going to hold Pena at third base. And Perez has hit a couple of very long drives to the opposite field.
Yeah, remember that name. I think over the years we're going to see this young man make some all-star teams. Salvador Perez, only 22 years old. Jumped on that first pitch, hit it sharply the other way. And Denard Span playing the carom as he backs up.
So here's Irving Falou, who has a pair of hits tonight. 3 straight 2-out hits against Glenn Perkins, and so far 1 run scored. And Butera will go to the mound. No activity in the Twins pen, but this is a very important batter because Alex Gordon is on deck, and if he gets a chance to hit, he'll represent the tying run. Driven to right center field, and it'll score 2, and Gordon will come up as the tying run. So 4 straight 2-out hits. Pena and Perez each score, and it'll be Perkins against Gordon with the Twins lead on the line.
Yeah, Irving Falou picking up his 3rd hit of the ball game, and he's driven in 4 of the 8 runs.
So Rick Anderson will go to the mound, and suddenly there's some anxiety in the dugout in this ballpark, and probably for those of you back home. Alex Burnett starting to get loose. You would think that Gordon, of course, will face Perkins, but if the thing continues to spiral out of control, the Twins certainly want a right-handed reliever ready for Butler. And right now, he's not even in the on-deck circle. All right, game on, and it's 10-8.
Well, I like what the crowd's doing right here, trying to get Perkins this final out.
Breaking ball missing inside. The 3-run home run that Butera hit, we thought was icing on the cake. Those 3 runs, very critical runs as it turned out. One and 0. Fouled away. Gordon 3 for 10 against Perkins, but the hits came in the first 3 at bats of their matchups. Bounce to short. High hop for Dozier, and he'll go to the bag to end it. And so the Twins put together their first winning homestand of more than 3 games in a year.
Well, good win by the Twins. They fell behind 5-1. They put a big 5 on the board in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4 home runs hit here by the Twins this afternoon. Nice to see.
Willingham with a game-tying home run, Plouffe with a pair, and then the Twins needed one more big 3-run homer, Kevin Gorgan. They got it from an unlikely source.
They certainly did. It made all the difference in the world. We'll break it down on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. A lot of home run magic. We'll hear it from Ron Gardner. We'll preview the big road trip. And Ron Coomer will take you through the mechanics of throwing the baseball. That's all next on Twins Live.